Hey guys, I just thought I'd do a tour today. I got some blackberries and there's more on there, but I didn't want to get my hands full before the tour. So these are my chocolate daisies, or not chocolate daisies, chocolate cosmos. They put on an actual like bloom now, so I'm pretty hopeful that we'll have like a nice flush of those. This is my clematis. It's still flowering. It'll kind of peter out and then come back in the fall, but meantime the catmint will take over, and the bees love the catmint. If you don't have it, you should. They love it. I have started in a tray restarted my cucumbers and my melons and my runner beans, because all of those that I direct seeded, I'm pretty sure either a squirrel or a bird or something just got them. And so I'm like, okay, let's try again. This is my fall blooming clematis, so it'll keep going until fall when it puts on a bunch of white flowers. I think this is called Santolina. It's an olive herb, and it got dug up by squirrels, so I had to buy a replacement. And I'd ordered online because it's not something we have like frequently here, so I was kind of bummed. That's a chocolate daisy I grew from seed. They're a perennial here, so I'm really hoping it does well and it comes back. And I seeded 6, only 2 made it, and I planted the other one this morning out in the garden. I'm hoping that one will just do well. So the green stalks are doing okay, but some of my transplants had shock and they just didn't make it. So I have reseeded the micro dwarf tomatoes in a lot of the pockets because they actually grow really fast. So we should be in more tomatoes soon. And plus these aren't like indeterminate, right? So once these do flower and give me a nice set of tomatoes, they probably won't keep doing that. So it's actually kind of nice that I've like reseeded. Oh look, we got one little bitty guy. So hopefully my reseeded tomatoes will keep working. I did put a super dwarf container cucumber in a couple of these, so we'll see how that goes. This tower did a lot better, not as much shock, like transplant shock. Definitely have a ton of flowers and tomatoes coming on, right? So I'm pretty excited about this. I have reseeded some of those empty spots down there. Like I said, as soon as these peter out, we'll need something else to go in those. So I'm not unhappy about the fact that I'm reseeding some of these. And this is a container green bean. I don't remember what it's called. I'll try and find it. But I've never grown it before, but I'm really kind of hopeful that it's like micro enough to give beans without going freaking terrible and just basically falling down this tower. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. My beef and onion tree, it's a tune plant, I think. It looks good. I'm happy. I mean, it could be better, but I don't have space enough for a tree that gets this size. So I've read that you can keep it in containers to keep it cut down. So that's what I'm going to do. A lot of these are self-seeded from last year. I still haven't seen them bloom yet, but I'm pretty excited to see them bloom. So they're growing. So I'm really happy about that. So let's see what's going on in the front yard. It is definitely blackberry season. This is my Prime Arc Freedom thornless blackberry bush. The birds are also loving my blackberries. So, but if you don't grow, this is my favorite blackberry. Not only are the berries huge, but they taste really good. They're sweet and they're good. And if you can get them before the birds and the stink bugs and that's really it, birds and bugs get to them, like they're really tasty and they're worth every bit of it. Every bit of space. Like, okay, let me back up. Is it the prettiest thing in my front yard? No. But is it the tastiest thing in my front yard? Absolutely. So, yeah, give it some space. If you got a place, maybe in your backyard, if you're one of those people, I don't really care. I don't care what people think of my front yard. Like, it makes me happy, so that's all that matters to me. But yeah, go put it in your backyard. But get one. They're absolutely worth every bit of space. So these are some lilies. My husband got me bulbs years ago, about 3 years ago. Last year they did not come up, and I thought, okay, well they just died. And then this year they came up. So pretty excited. This is a cutting I rooted of a mum, two headings, there's one, of a mum my mom gave me that's like a light pink mum, and it's beautiful. And I have it in one place in my garden. I really wanted to make sure that I like doubled up and put it in multiple places in case something happens to it. And if you're a gardener, you know what I mean, right? Like you take things, you put them in different places in case something happens, because you don't want to lose what you got, right? So that's what I did. And then over here, I got a beautiful sage at it was a Master Gardener's plant sale. The only one I've been to this spring. But so it was in flower when I bought it. So most of the flowers are kind of petered out. I'm going to trim these tops off and hope that it flowers again. But it was just so pretty. And I know that the bees and the butterflies really like this. And even the hummingbirds will come in like a sage that looks like this. So I am good at, you can see like some new, right, like growth. So if I top these flower heads, it should keep growing and put up some new ones in a few weeks, hopefully. Sages pretty much flower all summer here. So that's what I'm banking on and hoping on. That is another lily. These are, this one and this one are, and that's my tiger fig, one of them. So those are offshoots of this Primark. I did try to dig that one up and broke it off. So I'm literally just leaving these alone and letting them grow this summer. And then in the fall, I'm going to try and dig them up with some roots and give them to my neighbors because they each want one, and see if they live. I'll be honest, this method, usually the roots that come off, they just aren't really great. And so I'll also be taking some cuttings in the fall and seeing if I can root those, just to try and get my neighbors like a plant that will succeed. We'll see what happens. I do not remember what kind of bushel and berry blueberries these are, but they're my favorite because they're really small and the berries are always pretty big, and the birds have definitely been getting to these. I have not netted any of my blueberries, and I really need to. So the echinaceas have finally started coming out, guys. I love the echinaceas. I have them all over my yard. They make me super duper happy. One of the other things I got at the plant sale was a Texas Star hibiscus. It's a perennial hibiscus, and it should have red flowers. And I don't know, I'm just kind of excited to see it flower and see what it looks like. So I'll let you know. I'll take you on a video when I get it. So the rock rose I planted right before our last tour is definitely showing out. You can see all of these flower buds. They only last about a day, but they're beautiful. I have thinned out my daylilies and my irises and gave some to my neighbors. The sage, this is like a dark blue sage, and I saw one pop up, yeah, over here. Love that. Hope it spreads in this whole area. Have not cut back the dead branches of my gumi, but we're going to. And I didn't actually pick any berries this year. I just kind of left all the berries to the birds this year. I had too much going on. So I did get a Stokes aster at that plant sale, and I already have one, but I wanted more. And so when I saw that, I bought it, and it actually had a little baby that I put, oh look, a dahlia, that I put over here in some shade because it was like kind of not a ton of roots. So I'm like, okay, well, if I put it over here, you know, maybe it'll grow and do well. So there's blue mist flower coming up. It will take over this whole area in the summer, which is fine. And then I just cut it back in the fall after it's still blooming. But look at my blueberries. Look at all of them. There are tons of berries on here. So we're going to net, like put a big bush net over these berries to keep the birds off of them, because they'll eat everything. So that's a stevia plant. That's a wild Florida blueberry. I don't remember. Quince, Baptisia. It's a blue Baptisia. And I just randomly stuck a bunch of gladiolus bulbs I got on sale last year, and they didn't flower, so I thought they were dead. They've all come back this year. They're not flowering, which is fine, because literally they were suffering so bad last year. I'm just surprised they're here. So even if they don't flower this year, okay, so be it. You know what I mean? So, okay, let's see. So this is my blue-eyed grass, and it was flowering, but it pretty much just flowers in the spring and then just goes away. So I missed videotaping the blooms for you guys, and I'm sorry. My anniversary rose has done its first flush of flowers, and I've deadheaded all of them. I'll deadhead these two, and then it will come back and do another flush. It flowers all summer long as I deadhead it. Okay, Black-Eyed Susan coming back strong. This is a bee horseman. It smells kind of lemony. It's a balm. It's some type of balm, bee balm-ish thing. Okay, like I said, these are all echinaceas that are coming back, and they're gonna bloom. So I randomly put some Moshada type pumpkins all over my front flower bed. So I'm really hoping they just kind of take over everything and give me pumpkins. I'll let you know how it goes. I bought some, like 3 different lantanas. This is my favorite one. Like just the pink and the orange and the, you know, kind of yellow. You can't beat that. I do have some shiso coming up. but that one will probably get killed because it's in the past. But like here's one and here's one, and I like shiso. I use it, not tons, but I do, and it grows really well in this really dry area. So these are just some natives I got last year. The wine cups, do you see the wine cups? They're showing out. I'm really excited. And my yarrow is on bloom now, so I've got to get those suckers off that peach tree. But anyway, super happy with all this. So let's keep going. This is, I think it's called Joe Pyeweed. It's like a variegated one. And I did put a strip tape there because they like more water than normally comes in this area. So we'll see. We'll see if it makes it. My blue bonnets have all put on their seed heads, and I just leave these. Oh, what are you guys? Seriously, what are you? Ugh. Anyway, so those will all keep like going to seed. I'll just let them dry out. My blanket flower came back. I'm really excited about that. This is another one of those like rando pumpkins. It looks like there's a dahlia in there that I forgot about. I know there's a dahlia there. And oh, this is my clasping coneflower. Sorry about my shadow, guys, but I just think it's so pretty. It has this like dark maroon brown color around the base, and it's a native, so it'll come back every year. I did have to get like a tomato cage though because we had a really bad storms, and like it was really bad to load over. So see, there's more pumpkins, and you can see all the echinaceas coming back. This is another one of those baptisia. So they do look a lot like lupine, and you know, they clearly have leaves like a lupine type leaf. So excuse me, I think they're in the family. But look, passion fruit is growing up. It's exciting. Okay, let's go look at this circle because I don't think I showed it to you guys last time. Okay, so all of my blue bonnets are like on their way out. They're going to seed, but I have, I think that's a skull cap. I've got agara. This is agara. This little thing here. It's a guard, and we've got a bunch of liatris and mint and like echinacea. You can see, right? Echinacea. This is my favorite one. I love this color. It's just kind of like pinky, orangey, gorgeous color. But yeah, you can see all those flowers coming in on there. That rose, I cut it back a bit, so that's coming back. There are stuck in here some random there nigella flowers. I saw one this morning. Where is it? This. So this right here, this is a larkspur that's gonna flower. I have no idea what color it's gonna be. I'll let you guys, I'll take a picture and put it on my Insta when it comes up. This is a perennial sunflower that I am trying to keep all of the stems that we're gonna keep like in this, because it gets heavy, so there's like a T-post in a cage. So anyway, like all of these blue bonnets, this is my beautiful red crabapple, these will go to seed and die back, and that's fine, because once they do, there is mums and all sorts of I think this is called Veronica or Speedwell, I don't know, I don't remember. And then like mums, like there's all sorts of stuff underneath the blue bonnets, so as soon as they die down, everything else will get enough light and it'll come back with a vengeance. So I'm excited about that. Over here, this is like, well, it was my hardest part in the garden. Nothing would live here, right? This would do great and these would do great, but this area was just dry, and in the middle of summer it gets like full sun all day. It's so dry. I did run a tape so that maybe we can like drip tape around here and keep things alive, but there was a lady on Facebook that was getting rid of, like, thinning out her irises. So I got a pink, a purple, a white, and a yellow from her. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry guys, I had an alarm on my clock. But anyway, so in this area, okay, over the years, I've tried so desperately. It's been like hot and dry. I couldn't get anything to grow. So this year, a lady was thinning out her irises, and I got a pink, a white, a yellow, and a purple, and I put them all in here thinking, okay, irises can handle the sun and they dry, they love it there. But then as I was doing that, I was like, oh my gosh, the sage I put here last year is come back, and I thought it wouldn't. And then this Gloriosa Rudbeckia that I put 2 years ago that I thought was dead and kaput, looks like it's coming back. And then of course I put a lantana in here because they can definitely take heat, but they're only an annual, right? And so I've been trying to do a perennial thing. So, okay, and also this guy, I don't remember what the name of that bulb is, but it's supposed to be for like a dry area. So So I have tried so many times over the years to get things to grow in this very dry, and it in the middle of summer, this gets like blazing hot, 8+ hours direct sun. So I thought irises are going to be the answer this year, and then it's just like a magical thing. I don't know if it's because I put drip tape here this year, or just because it's spring and there's nice weather. When the dog days hit, we'll see if any of this stuff survives. But right now, I've got like 3 years worth of trying to fill in this place with some kind of flower, all coming back to life. And so I'm really excited to see what happens in this area this year. So the cherry tree I topped is looking good. I just needed more than it only had 2 branches coming out at a V, which is not ideal. I was hoping that we would get something growing out like on the side, like right here, but we really just got that one. Everything else is going off of those 2, which puts a lot of stress on the tree, but I mean, there's not much I can do. I could maybe try and top it right at the V. We'll see. Maybe I'll get more growth out of the bottom if I top all of these branches. I'll try it. I'll give it a shot. It's just a cherry tree. It'll keep coming back. So, these Nanking cherries are looking great. I did not get a lot of cherries off these. The birds got them before I did. That is a Mexican marigold. So these are water chestnuts, those tall reed-looking things, and water mint, that kind of variegated one, and that's a Zola, which is really good for your livestock. Also, it keeps mosquitoes down. Ooh, I just saw, look, that is a passion fruit vine. I have got to pull that. So if you ever grow native passion fruit, just be aware you will be pulling up these type of things for the rest of your life. So that's okay. I have clover, and that's a raspberry coming back. I pull those every year because I didn't plant those raspberries. I don't like them. They're not very good raspberries. I mean, blackberries. This is more of those pumpkins that I put out. This is another one of those baptisias. You can kind of see it looks a lot like maybe a giant bluebonnet-ish type look. What am I trying to say? Sweet potato vines. Those have come out and started to spread. And there's also some mist flower coming in here, which is fine. Like I said, all of this phlox will die down. The mist flower will come in. It looks beautiful all summer long. And then it dies down in the fall. There's like one pumpkin under here. We'll see if it survives. I don't know if it's really going to. We'll see. I can't wait. These are one of my favorite colored echinacea, so I can't wait for these to come back. The fig is looking beautiful. The Carolina spice bush actually coming back. Like all of those. It's coming back there, which is a lot farther back from here than I would have liked it because it started right about there, but it is what it is. I'll let the thing grow. If I don't like it, I'll just keep cutting it back. I did stick some yarrows just rando around this whole bed because violets and strawberries pretty much own it anyway. So we just try to keep a low growing ground cover over everything. I don't mulch this anymore because first of all, I can't afford to mulch this all year, you know, but it also is just better for the environment, better for the pocketbook, better for the bees and stuff because the violets put on flowers, strawberries put on flowers, and eventually these yarrows, after all of these, will put on flowers all summer long, right? So just really good stuff for pollinators and for me. Coreopsis, this self-seeds every year, comes back, it's beautiful. This is that mum my mom gave me, and I'm going to pinch the tops here in a second just so that they'll hopefully bush out a little more this year. This guy is supposed to just indicate where I put a pumpkin, but it's not happy where it's at. Okay, there we go. So this is more of the Machado pumpkins. They will vine, they will root where they touch. The Machado pumpkins will take over this area, and like I said, that's okay because it gets so hot here. A lot of this stuff that is in flower now will die down, and most of the stuff that will survive is taller. So the pumpkin vines will take over everything, and when the strawberries and the violets start going, we can't handle this heat and die back, then the pumpkin will take over, right? So that's my plan. We'll see how it goes. This is a red penstemon or cardinal flower. I can't remember. One of those. This is a dahlia I got, and I thought it was on sale, and I just thought it was a pretty color. It was pretty tall. It may not be like a tall cut flower version. It may just stay short like this. We'll just have to see. It might just be like that because it's had a rough start, right? When it got transplanted here. But look at my pawpaw. It looks great. I'm so excited. I did get a second gumi, and I planted it here, and gummies are really hard for me to root, so I did pin down the tip. And here's like the end of that growing tip right here. Can't see it, but right there. And I did pin down this one here, and then the tip is right there. I'm gonna get it out of the way, right there. So I'm hoping those will root eventually, right? I don't know if it'll happen, but we're gonna give it a shot. My pineapple pear that I bought had really tall, like V crotch, so I cut the V crotch out because I wanted it. I don't want that stress on it right at the V. I need it to be like at a 3-point at least. But then I just stuck the tops, and because pears will root pretty easily, these may just die. But I like, what's it gonna hurt to try? So I just shoved them in the ground. We'll see if they take. I'll let you know. This is that sage I bought. I love, it's like a peach and a coral color, or a peach and fuchsia color. So I just thought it was so pretty, and it's gonna live here now. So here's more pumpkins. Let's see. This is I think this is a wonderberry bush. I could be wrong. That's another one of the lantanas I bought, but it's not in bloom right now. That's more, oh it is. That's more pale pink, right? Yeah. So not as fuchsia, more pale pink and yellow, but I thought it was pretty anyway. So let's see. Blueberries are coming in strong. I'm happy about that. This is a Sacco pear. I wish it would fill out a little more over here, but the sun comes from this side. I'm sure it will start filling out over that way. More exciting, excuse me, is Stokes Aster. Those two that I planted on the other side. This is coming into flower. I'm really excited. This is a mountain mint. Love wasps and bees and butterfly. Everything loves this all year long. This garden phlox is kind of going on its way out. Another hopefully pumpkin. There's one that came up. It looks kind of puny. May not make it. We'll see. This is an aronia berry. That's one of my Turk's caps. That's the red one. There's the pink one over there. And then let's see if I can get over here. Too much stuff. I'll try not to step on. This is that mum I bought. It's already starting to go big, get bigger. So I'm pretty excited about that. This is like the hard part to traverse in my garden. So hold on. Oh my word. There's a giant oak tree growing up in my blueberries. I'm gonna have to get the hubs to pull that out. I cannot do that. More pumpkins. This is, I don't remember, it's kind of like a Rosa rugosa, but it's a native, and it should put on rose hips, and it's just started to flower, so I'm really excited about that. I have, hopefully, some purple Maradia cone that I'm gonna plant here and see if that will take off for there, if it likes it there. And then one more pumpkin over here. So we'll see if any of these pumpkins take, but the hydrangeas are all coming back. Sorry, they all grow along here. And they're all coming back really good. I've got strawberries, Roma tomatoes. This is a persimmon. It had flowers, but I think it dropped them, and that's okay because it's still kind of a baby. And I really just need it to grow instead of put on fruit, right? So I'm okay with that. I just wanted to get big and happy. So yeah, that's it for the front yard. That's a pretty long one. I appreciate you guys sticking around.